everyone, and Merry Christmas. It's that time of year when it's common to be driving through every area of life's journey and see bright, colorful lights and decorations that bring cheerful joy, or sometimes they tend to bring pain and sorrow. Whichever emotion applies to your circumstance, I just wanted to share what the Lord has placed within my heart with you today. And hopefully we find and keep focus on what really matters during this season. In every big city and in every small town, there'll be festive decorations all throughout. And usually we'll find a tree decorated in all of its glorious splendor, lit up with all sorts of varying lights. Whether they be all clear or bright and colorful, the lights seem to attract our attention, and they tend to be the main focal point. At the top of these trees, there's often a huge star. Most think of the star, and we're reminded of the great light over the babe in Bethlehem. But I want us to see this star or light and all the other bright lights from a different perspective this year. Whatever our emotions get stirred into, whether it's those warm, fuzzy feelings that carry us back to our childhood, or maybe we've lost a loved one, or our marriage is not what we had hoped it would have been, and we see the pain and discomfort on our children's faces, or whatever it may be, let's focus on the light of Jesus. And He can and He will bring complete fulfillment into our lives. We read in the book of John, chapter 1, verse 1 through 14, that in the beginning was the Word. And the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was in the beginning with God. All things were made through Him, and without Him was not anything made that was made. In Him was life, and the life was the light of men. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. There was a man sent from God, whose name was John. He came as a witness to bear witness about the light, that all might believe through him. He was not the light, but came to bear witness about the light. The true light, which gives light to everyone, was coming into the world. He was in the world, and the world was made through Him, yet the world did not know Him. He came to His own, and His own people did not receive Him. But to all who did receive, who believed in His name, He gave the right to become children of God, who were born not of blood, nor of the will of flesh, nor of the will of man, but of God. And the Word became flesh and dwelt among us, and we have seen His glory, glory as the only Son from the Father, full of grace. And just like John, we are called to be witnesses of this true light. But if we've never seen Him, how can we bear witness? I was reminded of a book I once read, and the author of this book said, it's like food and air. Though it be all around us and can sustain us and bring us nourishment and keep our life, if we do not apply it, then it has no hope for us. The answer is through faith in His Word. This is how we can bear witness. Romans 10:17 says, consequently, faith comes from hearing the message, and the message is heard through the Word about Christ. By reading and applying this Scripture to our life through faith, we begin to know who this Jesus was and continue to be even unto the end of time. Revelation 22:13 says, I am the Alpha and the Omega, the first and the last, the beginning and the end. Right now, in this very moment, He is still that light. So often we need lights to expose clear vision to a certain thing. as a husband, as a father. I own a home, I own a few automobiles, and I'm often faced with times where something is broken or lost. And I need a light sometimes, or always, to expose what's been lost. If I'm having to look for my car keys in the recliner, I can't see in those dark spaces and I need that light. Or if I'm looking in a tight fender well of an automobile, I can't see what's been broken and what needs to take place in order to repair it. The use of a light is always needed to find or illuminate the situation that we are in. And it is the very tool, it is the very thing that we need to find what's lost and to repair what's broken. Before my knowledge of having this Jesus and this light and receiving it into my heart and life, I'd heard about Him, I knew about Him, but I had not applied Him to my life that was too lost and it was broken. I was bound to sin and shame. John 3:17 said, God did not send His Son into the world to judge the world, but so that the world might be saved through Him. You see, the light of Christ, He tends by His natural order, what He was created to do, to expose our brokenness and to expose what's lost. But friends, He doesn't reject us, nor will He ever reject us. Remember, it was in the beginning that we rejected the light. The light did not reject us.